Hello everyone, and welcome to a new, a dramatic, a comedic, and always entertaining version of your Kingsport Chamber Zone, the show that's all about your Kingsport Chamber and this great city of Kingsport. I am Bob Fegans with your Kingsport Chamber.
Yes, you are.
And as always, she's my good friend and co-host and co-star today's show, Laura Woods with Eastman. And I would say we've almost made it to center stage on the show, but we've at least made it to the center of the theater here.
That's important.
Here at the Kingsport Theater Guild, here their home at the Kingsport Renaissance Center.
You know, we talk a lot about arts whenever we have our shows, and we always talk about the contribution that arts makes to the community. You know, it allows us to live such a rich and fulfilling life right here in Kingsport, and it's world-class talent that you get to see right here on this stage in the Renaissance Center and at a second venue that the Kingsport Theater Guild now has in downtown Kingsport. They have a huge season coming up, so many great things going on. 69th season.
69th season.
It's just amazing when you think about it. All community-based theater, all local talent right here.
It is their biggest season ever here at the Kingsport Theater Guild. 13 shows spanning 21 different weekends. We'll tell you about each and every one of those shows and how you can get tickets and support and sponsor this great organization when we chat with their Executive Artistic Director, Tina Radka, in just a moment. And then a little later on your CZ, we'll turn our attention to two upcoming events. Very important fundraisers that will touch the lives of many, many people. The first is the Susan G. Komen Big Wigs Challenge, which helps in the fight against cancer. Several area bigwigs will be raising money.
Not us.
Not us, but several very important people will be raising money to help battle this horrible disease.
And then right after that, we're going to tell you about another really great fundraiser that's coming up that will benefit the Frontier Health Foundation. And it is the Stigma Stops Now Gala that will take place in November. And I'm just going to tease it for you, Bob, because I think you're going to be so excited. They have a Hollywood actress coming, so yes, female, Golden Globe winning, Emmy nominated. And I'm not giving you any more information.
All you have to do is say the name, and that's enough to draw a crowd for that very, very important
Tickets
cause.
are going fast,
yes,
and when we have Joy McRae with Frontier Health Foundation on the show to announce who it is, it'll just be a mad rush out the door. I mean, it's usually a mad rush when people watch the show anyway out the door, but this one in particular, for a good cause.
Absolutely. So we're very happy to be here again at the Kingsport Theater Guild. We've got a great show today. Before we get to all those wonderful guests, let's take a look at some upcoming events with your Kingsport Chamber.
Do you have the popcorn?
I left it out in the lobby.
Bob.
Go get it, Laura. We are so pleased to be joined by our host for today's Kingsport Chamber Zone. Tina Radka is the Executive Artistic Director here at the Kingsport Theater Guild, here at the Kingsport Renaissance Center. And Tina, thank you for hosting us.
Thank you for coming, for being here.
We always love coming here. We've got some treats here we're going to talk about a little bit later in the interview segment. But Kingsport Theater Guild getting ready to host its biggest season ever, 13 shows. We're going to get into every single one of those shows in just a moment. But first, just tell us a little bit about the Kingsport Theater Guild.
Kingsport Theater Guild is entering its 69th season, so it's a little bit older than I am, or either of you. It started out in a barn many years ago. J. Fred Johnson was one of the first actors in Kingsport that we know of. He was acting to raise money for a library, and the arts do a lot of awareness, and so Kingsport Theater Guild is open to the entire community. We have our hashtag IamKTG because it takes everyone in the community to be able to make this happen. Everyone from the actors on stage to the directors to the audience members to the custodian who comes and mops my floor with his magic machine. So.
And I think when people hear Kingsport Theater Guild, they often associate it with this great theater that we're sitting in here located in the Kingsport Renaissance Center. But you guys have a great second venue that's available now as well, and that's downtown at the Kingsport Higher Education Center as well. So talk to us about the double venues.
Well, we're super excited to be downtown. That was one of the things that the city had talked about they wanted was more live things downtown, more live theater, more entertainment, more traffic downtown. A lot of people don't realize that downtown has grown so much. So here at the Renaissance Center, we can seat 350. We have a lot of new equipment that we've had donated just recently, and Then downtown we have 250 seats at the Higher Ed Center, and it's a smaller space. It's more intimate. It's more of a black box, one set, dialogue driven shows, a little bit more of an adult theme, where everything on our main stage at the Renaissance Center is family friendly, bring the kids,
Sure.
come on out.
Sure.
Tina, when we were here this time last year, you just announced your biggest season ever.
Yeah.
And now you've certainly surpassed that with your new season.
Little did I know.
Yeah, the 2020, you keep raising that bar higher and higher. So let's talk about the 2016-2017 season.
Okay.
You're kicking it off with a very popular Disney musical, High School Musical. Tell us about your first show here.
High School Musical.
Yeah.
This is actually the 10th year anniversary of High School Musical. I can remember when it first came on, my girls were both 5 and 4, and they were just super excited about it. They still sing the song, so when it was an opportunity that we were going to be able to do some more musicals on our stage, that was one of the first ones that the kids have requested, that my kids were requesting. The community said, hey, let's do that one. It's all about not sticking to the status quo, even though one of the songs is. It's all about anti-bullying. Let people be who they are. Get rid of the stigma. And you know, let it go.
Right.
It's going to be exciting show.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, it's fantastic.
What a way to kick it off. And then talk about some of your other shows here at the Renaissance Center this fall.
Okay, right after High School Musical, I have my cheat sheet because there's so many.
Well, there's so many. Hard to keep up with.
The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which is one of my absolute favorites. And then we have An Evening with Edgar Allan Poe, which is over our Halloween weekend and the weekend before, so that'll be a great treat to come out. We always have treat bags for the kids. I don't know that 4 and 5 might enjoy Edgar Allan Poe, but definitely the middle school and high school will enjoy that. And then we have, I'm super excited, Into the Woods, the musical, which is one that I'm directing, and I'm very excited about it. And then we go right into our Christmas show.
Well, and speaking of the Christmas show, you've kind of got a mosh for your Christmas play, right? You've taken 2 and combined it into one?
Right. We have 2 one-acts, Believe and Follow the Star, which fit really well together. The first one, Believe, is about a young man who's just getting into his teens, and he hears peace on earth and all these things, and then he sees the homeless on the street, and he says, if there's peace on earth, why is all these bad things happening? And so he starts to wonder, and he sees all the commercialism, and so he kind of takes this journey of his own to figure out what Christmas is all about. And then the second show, the Follow the Star, is all about following the star. It's traditional nativity scene, and so we'll have a bunch of kids in that, and we'll tell that story to follow it up.
Great, yeah.
Wow, what a season. Yeah.
It's absolutely amazing. So, Tina, if people want more information about Kingsport Theater Guild, where they can get tickets and those types of things, tell us where that happens.
They can go to kingsporttheater.org, or they can call our office at 423-392-8427.
And then you mentioned your hashtag #IamKTG,
Yes.
referencing the fact that it takes everybody in order to make this. So can you tell our audience what you think Kingsport Theater Guild means to the community and its importance that it has with us here?
I think it means a lot of things to different people. For some of our actors, it's a place that they find home. It's their family when the rest of the world, they don't feel like they fit in anywhere else. Theater is that place of acceptance. For some of them, it's just something they love to do. And for some of our younger actors especially, it's a stepping stone. So we have several of our actors that have been on our stage here that have went on to do things in New York, and they're doing things in California, and they've went on to the barter stage, and they're doing some independent films. So for some of them, it's a starting spot, and for some of them, it's just kind of a home.
Sure.
A lot of the times. For the rest of our community, it's an avenue to see live theater. And with live theater, it's not like watching a movie. Every time you come and see a show, even if you see High School Musical 4 different times, it will be a different show all 4 times because it's humans on stage, and things happen and things change. So.
Sure.
Similar to this show, there's always something we do differently.
Never on purpose.
Never on purpose. Tina, there are a lot of ways people can support the Kingsport Theater Guild. Talk about individuals, just play tickets or season tickets, sponsorships, and then also how they can buy these and support you.
Yes, I'm super excited about our merchandise. I'll start with that since you've got it up. We have our hashtag #IamKTG. I'm actually wearing the shirt, and it has the season listed on the back. And then we have our puppy that has the hashtag on the back with the same color shirt. And then we have our 9-ounce Keurig mugs that has hashtag #IamKTG on it. And just in case you don't know what that is, it's got Kingsport Theater Guild on the other side.
And where do they get these?
They can get them online. They
Okay.
can get them off our website, and they can also come in the office, and we'll have them for sale at the box office before shows. And then we also have ads in our playbills that businesses can purchase. And then tickets are for our standard shows here at the main stage. Tickets are $12 for adults, $10 for seniors and students, and $8 for kids. And then all of our downtown shows are $10 flat.
Easy.
And we do have season passes.
Easiest thing to do is just to buy a season pass and you get in every show, yes.
And you get a pretty good discount on
Yes,
those as well.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, Tina Radka with Kingsport Theater Guild, thank you for hosting us today, and thank you for this ambitious but going to be
Yes.
wonderful, absolutely wonderful playbill that you have coming up this season. It's just such a joy to have you all in the community. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tina. And when we come back on your CZ, we'll tell you how some big wigs in the Tri-Cities are helping in the fight against cancer. And welcome back to your Kingsport Chamber Zone, on location from the Kingsport Theater Guild here at the Kingsport Renaissance Center.
You know, anytime you mention the word cancer, none of us have to really look too far to know how we've been affected by that disease. One organization in our area, though, is fighting the good fight in order to try to find a cure for that horrible disease, and that would be the Susan G. Komen Tri-Cities organization, located right here in our great community. And here to tell us more about a cool fundraising effort they have coming up called the Big Wigs Challenge, as well as some other ways that the organization is helping in our area, are two very recognizable people. One of them probably for some reason
For a number of reasons.
that we won't necessarily
Yes.
go into right here.
Oh, you shouldn't talk about me like that.
We have Mara Owens, who is with Eastman and is president of the board of Susan G. Komen Tri-Cities. And this young man who has this fabulous pink hair and fabulous pink mustache, as many of you probably recognize, is Morgan King. He of daytime TV fame and cameo fame here as well. I mean, Good Day Tri-Cities
This is the same crowd I drew last
host.
time I was
You know, most of the time when you see him on our show, he's usually walking behind us, having a great time while we're trying to host the show. But today, you're just a legitimate guest with us, and we're thrilled to have
That
you.
remains to be seen, but yes, thanks for having me.
It only took us 300 shows to get him to come on with us, right? So
Right.
he wanted us to get it right before he came on. So
Well, we certainly, Morgan, want to hear about why you're all in pink and dressed in such a dapper way today. But before we get to that, Mara, what we'd also like to know is for our audience to hear a little bit more about Susan G. Komen Tri-Cities.
Certainly. Susan G. Komen Tri-Cities was founded here in 2005. So we've been in existence for 11 years, and we serve, Komen itself is one of the leading, actually it's the second largest organization that provides funds for not only breast cancer research, but also for local grants, which is where happens here, is we grant out money to local organizations to promote breast health for serving our underserved population of men and women. And yes, men do get breast cancer.
Yes. Yep.
So just put that out there.
Yeah.
well, let's talk about this very unique fundraiser. So talk about how it all got started and why Big Wigs.
Certainly.
Yeah.
So actually, it was one of our affiliates in Georgia, coastal Georgia, and they got of that idea about 2 years ago. And they decided that, you know, there are people, local leaders in their community that they thought, well, this would be a really interesting idea. And somebody said, well, we got to get these big wigs. And then it just blossomed. I mean, seriously, sometimes that's just how it happens.
Yeah, sure.
They just said, well, let's get some big wigs together. And then they decided, matter of fact, let's make them big wigs.
That's awesome.
And they put that together, and we decided that this would be great for this community because we have such a passionate
Yes.
community,
Right.
and so enthusiastic and so fun that it was a natural fit.
Sure.
Well, let's turn to one of your big wigs now. And Morgan, you just launched this year's campaign, just announced it. So tell us, what is the Big Wigs Challenge?
Well, as she said, you get local people that are recognizable in the community, and
Even with pink hair.
even with pink hair, yes. And I'm the only one not wearing a big wig, and they were nice enough to, because I said, could I just do my hair pink?
Why am I not surprised that even though it's the Big Wig Challenge, you're still finding a way to sort of buck the rules of the game? But
I
that's
don't
okay.
know what you speak of, but I am glad to be able to help.
Yes.
You know, because when you are recognizable, it's a way to make that good use. And so each one of us is challenged to raise $1,000.
Okay.
We won't be penalized if we raise more. And so that there's 13 of us, so that'll be $13,000.
Yes.
And hopefully we will go over that as the bigwigs last year did.
I'm sure there's a list of the bigwigs someplace.
There are.
Where
yes.
would that be?
You can find it on ComanTriCities.org/bigwigs, or if you just go on the website, ComanTriCities.org, it'll be there. You'll have the bigwigs thing, and you can see everybody. And then you can donate to each one individually, or you can.
It's that easy.
It is
It's
that
easy.
So go to that website and vote for whoever you want.
I think he's trying to say that.
Hey, it all goes to the same place.
Sure.
It does.
So, and then if you see us out,
Right.
you can give us your donation in person, and we can get you a receipt back.
Okay.
And so everything is good.
Easy.
all
It's so
good.
easy to do,
Even
right?
if you don't know any of them, you want people to donate.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Just go that way.
Just pick one. That's
Just
right.
pick one, is
Yeah.
right. Pick one who you
Or-
think looks best in the pink.
Yeah.
A donation to each one of them.
Even better,
Morgan.
yeah.
There's
yeah.
a thought. Yep.
Well, Mayor, you hope to raise $13,000, hopefully to exceed that. So tell us how you use that money.
Well, all the money that comes in, we raise, when we raise money, 75% stays here in our local community. So we did that out, and we send it out in the form of local grants. So every year we get applications for grants to help with either breast health, with knowledge, awareness. We have some wonderful programs, and so the money goes to these programs to serve our community. It's really big that people understand that what's raised here stays here. That other 25% goes to national research.
Right.
That's what helps us find the cure.
Sure.
Here we take care of our community, and we do funding for, we've also done research grants here, but the real big research grants that will find the cures, 25% of what we raise goes for that.
Right.
I think that's so important because people are savvy on the internet.
Right.
And they'll look up these charities
Right.
and they can see how much goes to administration. And so $3 out of $4, and then that fourth buck is still going to help out the cause.
That's
So-
Right, right.
That's right.
And I think some people, even though we're called Susan G. Komen Tri-Cities, they may not necessarily understand the service area for the organization is really quite large.
It is. We have 17 counties, so we service counties in Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. So it includes counties like Scott County and then Greene County. So we have a large service area here.
And so in the money, as you had mentioned, it helps those staying here, helping locally, making sure that we take care of the people who are here who need the
That's
assistance.
correct. That's correct.
They use the money, give them gas cards, like if they live way out away from the Tri-Cities.
Sure.
They can get gas, they can put them up in a hotel, they'll buy them a wig.
We
Not
do.
this one.
Yeah, not that
That's
one.
great.
Well, that's not a wig.
That's right.
I mean,
right.
Yeah.
Morgan, you mentioned that obviously the big wigs are very visible. You're out and about in the community. You want people to come up to you, but you also want people to take your photos and share it on social media. So talk about that aspect of it and how it helps with the campaign.
Well, they can capture whatever they want off the Komen website, and then, of course, I'll have it on my personal page, on our Good Day Tri-Cities page, and just click and share, which is what we do. Click, like, and share. We do
Okay.
on our show,
Right.
and we've gotten huge response from that, just people sharing it with them, others. And who among us has cancer somehow not touched?
Right.
Right.
Either
Yes.
with my father and my sister, but both survived, thankfully, and or a neighbor or a distant relative. So it's something that we can all gather
Absolutely.
together
Yeah.
and fight.
Right.
do we have an official hashtag for the campaign?
Well, it should be Big Wigs Try.
Big Wigs Try.
Big Wigs Try.
TRI,
TRI,
right?
yes.
Very good.
Very important.
Of course. And Mara, if people want to donate, can you remind us how they do that? Because it's just besides the Big Wigs Challenge, there are other opportunities to give.
Absolutely. If you go right on the Komen Tri-Cities website, so ComanTriCities.org, you can donate you can go to general donations there, which goes, again, to our service area, or you can pick a big wig. Or coming up soon is our Race for the Cure.
Sure.
And
So
that's another
volunteer
opportunity.
opportunities, right?
Right, and fundraising opportunities. Again, 25% goes to national, but 75% stays
here.
right here.
Yeah.
Right here.
That's great.
And I don't know if I mentioned, did I say that we raised $2.6 million?
You'd not mentioned that yet.
Wow,
Oh my
that's
goodness,
great.
I can't believe I didn't say that. Since 2005, we've raised $2.6 million that has stayed here.
That's amazing.
$870,000 has been sent for national research.
That's great.
That's huge.
That's
Yeah, that's
fantastic.
fantastic.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Well, Mayor Owens with the Susan G. Komen Tri-Cities, and of course Morgan King with Good Day Tri-Cities, and a big wig here in the Tri-Cities. Thanks for joining us today. And thanks for what you are doing in this
Yes.
very important effort.
Thank you both.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thanks
and
for
thank you
having
for
us.
having us.
Absolutely. Stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to announce a huge Hollywood celebrity, I know besides Morgan, right? That's going to be in the Tri-Cities very soon. Stick around. And welcome back to this edition of your Kingsport Chamber Zone. We are on location from the Kingsport Theater Guild.
For more than half a century now, Frontier Health has been the region's leading provider for behavioral health services. And now the Frontier Health Foundation has created a new gala that will help raise funds to provide hope and quality care for those suffering with mental illness, substance abuse, developmental delays, and intellectual disabilities. And they are bringing in some star power for this gala.
And it's not us.
It's not us. It's a big-time Hollywood star and celebrity, and we'll get to that in just a moment. But here now to tell us all about it is the Director of Development for the Frontier Health Foundation, Joy McCrae. Joy, thanks for joining us today.
Yes,
Thanks for having me. How much fun is this?
Oh,
well,
yeah.
well, we hope it is.
We hope it is, yes. We hope you'll say that in about 7 or 8 minutes, so we'll
We'll
see.
see.
Yes.
Jury's still out.
Yeah. Before we talk about this exciting gala and the big name celebrity that's coming, just give us a little bit of background and tell us about the Frontier Health and the Frontier Health Foundation.
Sure. Like you said, Frontier Health has been around for more than 40 years, almost 50 years, and we serve 14 counties in 2 states, so in Southwest Virginia and in East Tennessee as well. A lot of people don't realize how many people we serve. We served about 60,000 people last year in a wide range, a wide age, and from every background. People come to us a lot of times, they're at the end of the rope. They don't know where else to go.
Sure.
They don't know what to do. They don't know where to turn to. And we're always happy to have that open door.
Well, and that's actually what we want to talk about next, because I think mental health issues as well as substance abuse are often misunderstood in our society. So could you talk to us just a little bit about what impact those have on the people who struggle with those particular situations?
Sure. Most of the times when we see a substance abuse issue or an addiction, it is led from something else. It's usually a cause and effect. So there maybe has been a tragic event or a qualifying event or some depression or something that's happened that's caused this person to lean towards a life of substance abuse or alcohol and drug abuse as well. So we try to combat not just the addiction of getting clean and getting off of whatever they have found themselves reliant on, but also really combating what the issue is at heart. Is it depression? Is it an underlying mental health issue? Is it something that's a co-occurring issue? You know, a lot of times people don't realize that it's not just that someone has a mental health issue. It could be something as simple that happens to all of us, that our grandparents pass away, or your parents pass away, or you lose a loved one, or you've lost your job, or you've had to move. There's 1,000 things that can happen in our lives that can really give you a way into not being able to find a right coping mechanism. So we really try to link people in, not just getting clean, but staying clean for life.
Sure.
And you all have a great reputation for providing
we do.
exceptional services. So talk about that for a minute and talk about what you do with providing that care and with people suffering from these conditions.
Sure, like I talked about earlier, we never turn anyone away. Sometimes it takes more than one try to come on through. Sometimes it's 3 or 4 or 5 times. Most times people will come through and they want to get clean and they want to go on. A lot of times they'll have been, they've been reliant on substance abuse and different drugs and everything for years and years and years. They don't have anywhere to go. They're homeless. They've burned every bridge. Sometimes they qualify for a residential program. Sometimes they need inpatient treatment programs. We have a CSU. It's our crisis stabilization unit. So someone comes to us in obviously tragic need. They are in obvious emergency. We can usually get them in and they can stay with us for a couple of days. It's something that would be similar to having to go to the emergency room, but you're not going to get treated for your substance abuse issue at the emergency room. You really need to get treated by professionals for your substance abuse with substance abuse professionals. So we have programs like that. We also have a program that can help these people that have gone through our program to get back out there, get back into life with employment programs. So maybe they've not had a job for a couple of years because they've been homeless or they've been very transient. It's a great opportunity for us to get them back out there, get the skills they need, get clean, and go on with their lives. Because that's our ultimate goal, is to help people reach their potential and go on with their lives. And leave this tragedy behind them and leave it in the past.
Break that cycle.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And as Bob mentioned earlier, you got a huge gala coming up.
Gala.
Oh, we're so excited about it. It's the Stop Stigma Now Gala.
Right, sorry, Stigma Stops Now Gala.
Excuse me, that's right.
okay.
Sorry, Stigma Stops Now Gala. And so I guess let's talk before we get into the details of it. Let's talk first about how you came up with this and what that all means. for Frontier Health?
Sure, just like the things we've talked about, there's a big stigma around mental health issues. A lot of people don't want to talk about it, and it's not something that you really want to talk about. Everybody's got that one family member that has something. We all have it, right? We all have had an experience with it, whether it be a friend or a family member or someone we know that's had some sort of behavioral health, mental health, substance abuse. Something has happened in their life, but we don't talk about it. In our society, we've made it available that it's something that's it's frowned upon. You hide it under the rug. You never really talk about it. So we really want to not only bring in a big star and bring in a lot of dollars to help a lot of these programs that we talk a lot about too, but we really want to stop the stigma of mental illness. One of the things that we say all the time is it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to reach out for help.
Well, it sounds like a great event.
So
It's an important event, a lot of excitement. So tell us what will happen that night at the Stigma Stops Now Gala, and who is the big name celebrity that's coming?
No further ado, it's not you two. So
No,
sorry.
no.
It's
Maybe
okay,
next
but
year.
it's because you want to raise money.
We
so
want to raise money, right?
we understand that.
We're so thrilled that Ashley Judd is
Yeah,
joining us
okay.
this year. She's a great story of overcoming and recovery from depression, and she's going to come and talk to us about that. A lot of the things, we selected her specifically because, well, she's famous, and she has a big draw, and she was willing to come. Those are three factors
Sure.
that
Right.
qualify for us. But she made her movie, Big Stone Gap, right
Right.
down the
Right,
street, which we have a service area at Big Stone Gap. We have service area all over Watts County, so that was a great link for us too. But she really appreciates what it is that what it is that Frontier Health does, and any mental health institute that is going to serve their community. A lot of the things that she says, her vernacular is right in line with what we say as far as it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to get help. It's okay to reach out and try to make yourself better. We're excited to have her here earlier in the day. So this is on November the 4th. November 4th, all-day events. We are so excited that ETSU has picked us up as a major sponsor.
Wonderful.
And they'll be having Ms. Judd on campus along with some students from Milligan College. They're also a sponsor. And Ms. Judd will be there, and she'll specifically talk to those students. So this is close to those students, but it's a free event, and you can tune in through Periscope. So if you don't know what Periscope is, get on Twitter. You can watch it live, and there'll be a handle that will come out, and it's hashtag StigmaStopsNow 2016. And you can log in and watch what's happening at ETSU through that handle. But this is specifically geared towards those students. She'll be there addressing some things that happened in her life when she was at University of Kentucky, which is not that far from us.
Right.
And really talking to those students about how she was able to overcome it and how she was able to use the things that have happened in her life and not use them to define her life and to go on from those things.
That's great.
How can people get tickets and or sponsor?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You can find everything at stigmastopsnow.com.
And where can people
right in.
get more information about Frontier Health Foundation? If they need some of your services, they know somebody who
Sure.
does, they want to help out.
If you want to find out more information about the foundation, you can find everything at stigmastopsnow.com.
Okay.
We've gone ahead and had that be in with everything. And then if you need help and you are looking to get in with somebody, please call our office. You can call us anytime. We have an 800 number, 877-928-9062. I always forget it. Or go to frontierhealth.org, and you can find a variety of all of our services all over the region. It's very easy to use. Click through. We'll get you in. We'd love to help you and your family if there's something that we can do for you.
Well, Joy McCrae, it's just been wonderful.
Isn't it fun?
It's been wonderful having you on the show. You
Should.
Thank you so much for
Thanks
being
for
on the
having
show
us.
and for all of the information that
Sure.
you've shared with us. What a wonderful gala you have coming up. We're looking forward to it.
We hope to see you there.
Okay, thank you, Joy. And we're back with more of your CZ right after this. Well, it's time for the closing number on this edition of your Kingsport Chamber Zone from the Kingsport Theater Guild. We were in the main theater. We finally made it up on stage, and now for some reason we're up here in the sound and light booth.
The house lights are up.
But that's all right. It's a great view up here. Every seat here at the Kingsport Renaissance Center is a great view. For all the shows, 13 shows this season with the Kingsport Theater Guild, go to kingsporttheater.org. Big applause to them for hosting us today. And as always, big applause to the team at Spectrum Reach for producing your CZ.
Talk about
Yes.
producers, man. Those people at Spectrum Reach, they have I just, how they deal with us, I don't
Yes.
know. We want to remind you to find out what's happening in Kingsport. We invite you to always check us out here on the Kingsport Chamber Zone. You can also go to the Kingsport Chamber's website, kingsportchamber.org. Give them a call at 392-8800. Pay them a visit at 400 Clinchfield. And they are social. So please check them out on Facebook and Twitter. And then to find out more information about the great organizations that we featured today, you can go to stigmastopsnow.com for more information on Frontier Health Foundation. And then you can also check out ComanTriCities.org for more information about the Susan G. Komen Tri-Cities.
And until our next visit together on your CZ, we are Bob and Laura, as always, reminding you to please be loyal
And buy local. Have a great week. We'll see you Friday.